What's up, Solid Cleveland Sports Take? I'm your host, Sacrifice, and today we're going to talk about something that nobody wants to touch on. This isn't about football, stats, or play calling. It's about people, faith, and loyalty, and how sports fandom sometimes turns into something bigger than the game itself. I'm talking about the challenges of talking Browns football when Shedeur Sanders' name comes up. Because right now we're watching something unfold in Cleveland. It's more than a quarterback battle. It's a cultural moment, I believe. And it's dividing fans in a way that I don't think it needs to. Dillon Gabriel just made his first NFL start in which he went 19 of 33 and 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions, right? That's a solid debut on foreign soil in London against a playoff caliber Minnesota team. But instead of us celebrating the positives, a big chunk of the Browns fan base immediately jumped on social media saying, put him or pull him. We want Shedeur. And I get it, man. You know, I really do. I'm a Deion Sanders fanatic. I love Deion, and I love his son. There's an emotional investment here that goes far beyond football. Shedeur Sanders isn't just any young quarterback. He's the son of the most iconic figure in sports history in Deion Sanders, right? His story, his confidence, his leadership, it all commands, extra attention. And a lot of people in Cleveland feels like he hasn't been treated fairly during the draft and since joining the Cleveland Browns, right? There's a genuine belief among some fans that Dillon Gabriel's success somehow comes at an expense of Shedeur Sanders' opportunity. And that's where things get tricky because it turns normal football talk into something personal, emotional, and sometimes even spiritual. When fans see Shedeur on the bench, they don't see a quarterback waiting for his time. They see a symbol of what they believe is overlooked greatness. They see someone who worked hard and handled pressure and presents a culture and represents a culture that fights for respect. So when Dillon steps on the field, no matter what he does, there's a segment of the fans waiting for him to fail, right? And that can be right out exhausting, man. Not because they hate him. It's not because they hate him, but because they love Shedeur. Now I want to say something, man, and I want to say it from the heart. I'm a big Deion Sanders fan, as I mentioned. I grew up admiring his greatness, his swagger, and later his faith, man. It really stands out to me. And I'm a fan of Shedeur too. The way he carries himself, his focus, his beliefs in God's timing, it speaks volumes. And it has taught me a whole lot and gave me, different practices that have made me a much better person. And that's where it really hit me, man, when I got to thinking about it, all of this. Deion and Shedeur both talk about, they talk all the time, man, about God's timing. They talk about, how things don't always unfold the way that we expect them to. But they unfold perfectly, right? Because God's plan is perfect. And when I think about it, I realize something, man. If I believe in that same God, if I believe in divine timing, then I can't root for a young man to fail just so another can rise. That's not what faith looks like, in my opinion. I believe that Shedeur Sanders will succeed. I really do. I believe that Shedeur Sanders is a really good talent. Wherever he ends up, man, and I would prefer it be in a Cleveland Browns uniform because I believe that he's going to be that gifted. Whether that's with the Browns or somewhere else, he's got talent, man. The leadership and the mindset to win is at the highest level. But I also believe that letting things happen when they're supposed to happen is of great importance. Now here's where I stand. I love Shedeur Sanders. I want him to succeed, but I also believe that Dillon Gabriel deserved support while he's the guy under center. Dillon's not the enemy, man. And that's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get the Cleveland Browns fans to understand. He's not the enemy. He's a talented, humble, hardworking kid who's giving the team everything that he's got. He's earned his shot. He's trying to win football games for the same franchise that we all love. You know what I mean? So supporting Dillon doesn't mean abandoning Shedeur, right? It just means that respecting the process. It just means respecting the process. The same process that Shedeur himself says is guided by God. And truthfully, it helps that I like Dillon both as a player and as a person. He's got a great demeanor. He doesn't get rattled easily, and he's showing steady growth, every week. The room in Cleveland for both support. There's room in Cleveland for both the support of any preference. You can prefer Shedeur's potential while still rooting for Dillon's success. It's not betrayal. It's in my opinion, balance, right? And if we talk about the competition itself, man, because that's where this gets fun, both of these young quarterbacks bring something different to the table. Dillon Gabriel is a precision passer with great rhythm and efficient decision-making and quiet leadership. His college numbers, man, at Oklahoma and UCF were elite. I think that he had over 14,000 passing yards and 125 touchdowns and only 26 interceptions. That's crazy. He's battle tested, man. He's calm under pressure. We want to have that guy on our football team. Shedeur Sanders, on the other hand, is electric. He's got that it factor. He plays with emotion and control at the same time. At Colorado, he threw for over 3,200 yards in just 11 games with 27 touchdowns and 3 picks. Man, that's crazy. Behind one of the worst offensive lines in the country. That's toughness, man. That's toughness. That's next level poise. So yeah, the competition is real, but that's what good teams have. Competition, iron sharpens iron. If Shedeur Sanders times come this year, great. If not, he'll be ready when it does, man. Dillon deserves to see what he can do after one game. Both can coexist, and both can make each other better. And here's my message to the fans, especially those who feel torn. You don't have to choose sides. You don't have to tear one man down to lift another up. We can believe in Shedeur's destiny and still support Dillon's journey. We can respect Deion's greatness and still acknowledge Stefanski's coaching. Because when we divide ourselves over quarterbacks, we're missing the bigger picture. This team needs unity, man, not drama. We've had enough drama. We've seen drama over the 25 years. Cleveland's been through too many seasons of chaos, man. Too many false starts. And if we want to build on something lasting, it starts with our mindset as fans. Support guys who are giving their all in a brown and orange. And trust that when Shedeur's moment comes, it will be at the right time. At the end of the day, I believe in God's timing, right? I believe that God's timing is perfect. Dillon Gabriel is where he's supposed to be, learning, growing, and earning. Shedeur Sanders is where he's supposed to be, preparing, watching, and waiting. Both young men are part of the story God's writing for this team. So instead of dividing our fan base, let's unify around that truth. Let's root for excellence, not ego. Let's root for the team, not tension. And when Cleveland stands as one, we're unstoppable. Solid Cleveland, stand up.